Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is okay and healthy and fine. Yes, so we are starting with today's lesson. So from next week, we're going to be going through assessment. So this week, what we're doing is revision, and we're doing revision over all the concepts that we've been tackling for both term one and term two. So you are going to find yourself saying, oh, but we've done this before. And that's a good thing. So now it's time that now we actually cement everything that we want to know about multiplication. We need to cement and make it concrete so that when now you have the assessment in front of you, it becomes much more easier to carry out. It becomes much more easier for you to do it. So it's time that we put it, we nail it, or let me say, we put it into stone. So, yeah. So all I want to do, I just want to ask any one or two people to tell me about any of the challenges that they have met when they were doing what we call any challenges that they have met when they were actually trying to multiply and do multiplication as a whole. So I just want to find out from you guys any of the challenges that you have met when trying to do multiplication. Anyone to tell us any of the challenges that they have met when they do multiplication. What did they find really hard? What did they find easy? Do you still find multiplication hard? Do you still find yourself confused at times? So this is the question that I'm asking. Say any of the problems that you might have found during multiplication. Why, while you're trying to do multiplication, um, any of the problems, anyone, like whether you found it hard to understand the place value, whether you found it hard to actually do it, or what do you find so easy about multiplication? You can also ask that. What do you guys find so easy about multiplication? What about multiplication makes it easy? You can even put it in the chat. I can already see within the chat that someone says that they haven't found multiplication hard. So I want to know from the rest of you guys to say that what did you find most challenging or most easy about multiplication? You know, was it a walk in the park? If it was a walk in the park, what makes it so easy? What about multiplication makes it so easy? Going once. You can also answer in the chat if you're afraid to hear your own voice. You can also answer in the chat to say, what did you find easy or what did you find hard about multiplication? What have you found easy or what have you found hard, difficult about multiplication? So we find that what has made it easy for one of you here is saying that you knew your times tables. So I see that the answer is that knowing your times tables does help, which is good. It's very important to know your times tables. Why? It makes your life easier, especially when you're dealing with the bigger numbers. Not now the normal, what is 4 times 4 or what is 5 times 4. I mean the big ones where I say, what is 489 multiplied by 60? Or what is 6,788 multiplied by 26. Those are when now your times tables are very important because it helps become a faster process. And you know, once it becomes a faster process, it becomes easier for you to actually do the whole sums and it becomes easier for you to understand. Because remember that when you're multiplying, in actual fact, you're finding a multiple of the multiplicate. So when you're multiplying, you're actually finding the multiple at the position of the multiplier of the multiplicate. I'll explain that as we go along so that we actually see the wider view. Because remember what I'm saying, I always tell you that in maths, for you to understand maths for the rest of your life, for you to understand maths for the rest of your life, you need to know two things, the how and the why. How does the method work and why are we using it? Why did we use this method? Is it important? Isn't it important? What if it's not important? What if we shouldn't use that method? What if there's an easier method? So the how and why in mathematics are always important. Ask yourself the question, why am I using this method and how does it work? How does the different parts of it work? That's like the different mechanisms. What makes vertical multiplication work? Why is the inverse of multiplication division? How does it work? Once you understand that, I promise you, multiplication will, or any other thing in mathematics will never be a problem for you. It will never, ever, ever in your life be a problem. So always knowing the how and the why. The how and the why. Those who've just entered, I just asked the question of saying, what do we find or what do we find challenging or what do we find most easy about multiplication? And I got an answer of saying that through the chat, I got an answer of saying that what makes it easy is knowing your multiple, your times tables, knowing your 1 times 2, 2 times 2, 3 times 2, all of that. Knowing that makes your life easier. But let's move right along. So we're speaking about vertical multiplication and the explanation of division in the inverse. So when we talk about multiplication, because we have quite a number of slides today, so I'm just going to try and just get the gist. So when we talk about multiplication, it's when you take one number and add it together a number of times. So when we're looking at 5 multiplied by 4, we are saying that 5, we're adding it together 4 times. So we're repeating the addition of 5 4 times, saying that when you look at 5 here, 5 multiplied by 4, you're looking at the addition of 5 added 4 times. So it's 5 plus 5 plus 5. And you can count in 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, which matches to this. Right. So we're looking at the repeated addition of 5, the repeated addition of it. To say that when we're saying 5 multiplied by 4, we're looking at the repeated addition of 5. That's why multiplication gets its name of the times table. From the times table, it gets that of saying that when you're saying how many times are you adding it, the repeated addition part, this is how we think of times, because that's what multiplication is. It's repeated addition. But sometimes you won't really find yourself saying, what is 89 multiplied by 26? Imagine adding 89 26 times. It's going to take you forever. Hence, that's why we find shorter ways of doing it, which make it the process quicker, and find yourself actually multiplying 89 multiplied by 26 in a matter of seconds, compared to taking the whole day, writing 89 and counting if they're 26 and then adding, saying 8 plus 8 plus. At that time, we're saying 80 plus 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 80, and then 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. So there are quicker ways in which we do it, right? And what is important, guys, is knowing this thing, your times table. There's nothing more important that in your life right now than your times tables. Knowing them help you, because you know when we're dealing with something like this. Let me just do a quick example. I have 39 multiplied by 44, right? I wrote it here at the top corner. I'm not really doing the sum, but I'm just showing you. So I must know what is 4 times 9, 4 times 3. I must know that, because when I'm going to put a 0 as a placeholder, I must know what is that 4 times 9, 4 times 3. Okay, let's see, 4 times 9 is what? 4 times 9 is 36. So I put the 3, the 6 carry the 3. So if I did not know my times table, I'm not going to do all of it, but if I did not know my times table, I was going to fail in this process. I was going to struggle in this process. Even when you draw it out, the times tables are very important because it helps you dearly in trying to figure this thing out. It makes your life much more easier. So now in multiplication, we've got three things. We've got the multiplicate, the multiplier, and the product. We've got the multiplicate, the multiplier, and the product. So the multiplicate is the number being multiplied. That's the one that we focus on when we're saying it's being used for the repeated addition. It's the one where we say it's going to be the 5 plus 5 plus 5. This is what happens to our multiplicate. The multiplier tells you how many times am I adding the multiplicate. And it is a number that is multiplying the multiplicate. It's the number that tells you how many times am I doing this repeated addition. Is it 5 plus 5 plus 5 or 4 plus 4 plus, you understand? It's telling us how many times. So this is an addition of 5 times. And then your product is the result of the entire multiplication. So the result of the entire multiplication is what we call your product, what you produced, what came out of multiplying your multiplicate and your multiplier. Please write this down. Please write the information that you see down. Please write the information that you see down. Write it down. And remember, I said, guys, you can take a screenshot, you can screen grab, you can screen record. There are many ways in which you can do this to ensure that you get the information. Remember, I said with the iPad, it's pressing that button in the center. There's only one button on the iPad. And then on top, if I still remember correctly, on top there's a power button. So you press that at the same time. And then it takes a screenshot. With a Android cell phone, some of them have the power buttons on the side and then also the volume key. So you press that together and that takes a screenshot. With a laptop or computer, it's the Windows key. So it's that key that has a lot of, that has blocks that are shaded in, and then the key between F12 and insert, which is print screen, which says PRTSCR, PRTSCR. So you press that, both of those things at the same time, like once, and then you know that a screenshot has been taken. So you can use the technology as much as possible to help you in this process, using the technology as much as possible to help you in this process, so that also, you know, the only time you're going to use the pen and paper is actually when you're doing the sums. But most of the time where it has work that you need to have to read off and stuff will be involved with with reading off the screen. Also, one thing I said also, you are finding a multiple always when you are doing multiplication. And 15 is a multiple of 5. You see, 15 is a definite multiple of 5. Let me just do this. Right. So I think we are fine with that. And I've been told that you guys are done. Awesome. So look at the following example. I've got 6 times 6 is equal to 36. It means that I am going to add 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's count. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. That's how it is. You know, you're looking for you're looking for what we'd call a multiple. And hence, that's why when we say the inverse of it is division, because for you to find, for example, for you to find what must I multiply with 6 to get 36, I'm going to divide 36 by 6, which is 6. Because these two multiplied together gives me this. These two multiplied together gives me this. These two divided by each other gives me this. So if I divide 36 by 6, I'll get 6. If I divide 36, if I divide 36 with 6, I'll get 6. If I multiply 6 with 6, I get 36. That's how it works. That's how it works. So your multiplicator is 6, your multiplier is 6. Your multiplier is telling you that this 6, add it 6 times, and what you get, the answer of 36. And you can also say 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, 6 times 3 is 18, 6 times 4 is 24, 6 times 5 is 30, and 6 times 6 finally is 36. Please write this down. Then we go into the real nitty-gritty. Please write this down. I would like to ask if there are any questions currently. I'd like to ask if there are any questions currently. Does anyone have any question currently? I'd just like to ask if does anyone have any question currently? If there's anyone with questions currently. Anybody with questions currently? Anybody with questions currently? Anybody with questions currently? Anybody with questions currently? Anyone with questions currently? Questions going once, questions going twice. Done. All right. I see you guys are done. Let us do this question. So I've got 44 multiplied by 90. So here, right, I've got 44 multiplied by 90. I'm now multiplying 44 by 90. I cannot write 90 44s. Imagine writing 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44, 44. When are you going to finish? Right? So I write these numbers on top of each other with the multiplier. And I start going digit for digit with the reference to my multiplier. So I say 0 multiplied by 4 is 0. 0 multiplied by 4 is 0. Now this part here, it means that it is an entire 90. It's not just 9. We can't just look at it as 9 to say that's 9. No, that is 90. So we need to place something right here. That's why I always tell you guys that this row is always for our units. This row here is always for our tens. This always work with our tens. And because that row is for our tens, we know that we're going to have a placeholder of 0 to show that we are multiplying with a 90 or a 70. You are not just multiplying with a normal 9. Yes, we're going to say 9 times this, 9 times this, but it's important to have that 0 to show that you're multiplying with a number that is in the tens place. It's very important to show that you have it. So you are showing that you're multiplying with a number which is in the tens place. You are not just multiplying with an ordinary 9. No, 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 no. You're multiplying with a 90, a whole 90. So we say 9 times 4 is what? 36. So we drop the 6 and we write the 3 on top. Then we say 9 times 4 is 36 plus 3 is 39. And then we add 0 plus 3000, 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 0 is 0, and there's nothing to add this, so the answer is 3,960. The answer is 3,960. That is our answer. Or we could do it the other way around. We break up the 40 and the 4. and we also break up, it would work 90 and just for procedure's sake and 0. Then we start saying this multiplied by this, and then this multiplied by this, and then same here, this multiplied by this, and then this one multiplied by this one. So we start 4 times 0 is 0. 40 times 0 is 0. We're done. 4 times 90 is 360. If you're afraid of doing it, you can say 4 times 9 is 36 and then just put a 0 because you're multiplying with a number that is 0. Then you say 40 times 90 is 3,600. Or you can say 4 times 9 is 36 and then just put the 2 zeros, which is 3,600. Then you add 3,600 plus 360 gives me 3,960. Then we're done. So you've got 2 methods in order to work this out. Please, 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 please write this down. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write down both methods. Okay, 2 minutes to write down both methods and open for a round of questions. 2 minutes to write down both methods and open for a round of questions. Is there anyone with questions? Write this down. You're taking a screenshot? Good. Good, good, good. If you are writing, write it down. But are there any questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question, a burning question to say, no, I want to ask this. I'm not understanding this. Can you clear this thing up for me? I'm a bit lost. Are there any questions at all? Are there any questions at all? Anyone? Or how many of us understand? How many of us understand? If you understand, you can just put understand in the chat so I can see how many people understand. So if you understand and you see it and it's clear to you, then you can put in the chat understand, then I'll come and explain this part. So I can see how many people understand. Ah, this is amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Beautiful to see how many people understand. That is amazing, 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 amazing. If it's clear, it's beautiful. That's the important part. In your mind, you have to see it with your own 2 eyes. No one is going to do it for you. You have to see it with your own 2 eyes. Those who are writing down, you have about a minute left, about a full minute left. Those who are writing down, you have a minute left. Those who are writing down, you have a minute left. That's why I always say, guys, in this sum or dealing with this sort of multiplication, place value is important. And we know who place value is. Place value is that really tall old man who comes from Pretoria, who likes eating candy every single day. That is I just think when you ever think of someone like that, think place value, units, tens, hundreds. Units, tens, hundreds. Units, tens. I always describe place value like a person so that we never forget place value. Never forget place value. Never, ever, 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 ever forget place value. Place value is the value that a number has according to its position. If it's in the tens place, a units place, a hundreds place, or 1,000 place. So always remember place value. Place value. I cannot sing. That's why I said that this is not just a 9, it's a 90. I do not know how explicit I can become or how explicit I can be. Right. Since we've covered that, let us actually try a sum. So I'm going to pop up a sum, which I would love that you guys, yeah, we can actually go directly. So I'm going to give you this sum, and I'd like you guys to do it in the 2 methods. The 2 methods that I've shown you earlier on, this method and this method. So I'd like you guys to do this sum in the 2 methods. And I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to do it. Your 5 minutes starts now. 5 minutes to do this sum in the two methods that I showed you. The two methods. And when you get the answer, you can send it to me directly in the chat. Once you get the answer, send it to me directly in the chat. 5 minutes to do this. And remember, place value. Place value. Remember, place value. What is crucial is to remember place value. What is important is place value. Remember place value. Place value. Place value. Place value. If you are done, you can tell me in the chat. Yes, place value lives in Pretoria. It's just something that to help you remember always to consider place value. Always to consider place value. Think about Pretoria. Place value. You have 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left of your 5 minutes. 2 minutes left of your 5 minutes. Two 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 minutes left of your 5 minutes. Right. And I said both ways, both ways. I said both ways. Multiply it both ways that you saw there. Multiply it both ways that you saw there. If you got the answer right, amazing. If you're still searching for the answer, you've got 30 seconds. If you're still searching for the answer, you have 30 seconds. But if you got the answer right, amazing. Amazing. Make sure that you don't just trust any answer that you see. Make sure that you don't just trust any answer that you see. Make sure that you don't just trust any answer that you see. Right. Who wants to explain to us the answer that they received? Who wants to try and give us and explain to us the answer that they have got? Who wants to try? Anyone? And take the teacher's seat and try and help us figure out the answer that they received. That they sorry, not received, that the answer that they got to. Right. Awesome.
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, and you, sir?
I'm good. What answer did you get?
My answer is 5,226.
Let's check.
Um,
Yes. So tell us, what did you do to get the answer?
So, sir, with the first method, I said, what is 4 times 9 first? 4 times 9 is 36. So I put the 6 down and I carried the 3 over the other 3. Then I multiplied 3 times 9, which is 27, plus 3, which is 30. So I put the 0 there and carried the other 3. Then I said, then the next thing I said is, what is 1 times 9, which is 9. So I added the 9 with the 3, which equals to 12, and there is my first answer. Then
which belongs to which came from the unit, ne?
Yes.
And then what happened?
Answer from the unit. Then with now with the 3, since it's in the tens place, I put a 0 there just to indicate that we are multiplying with tens, not
you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome, you're awesome. Yes, then, oh, let me erase those remainders. Let me erase the remainders before I get too excited. I'm excited now after what you said. Go on, go on.
Yes, sir. So now I said 4 times 3 equals 12. So since that equals 12, I put the 2 down there, and there's another one, there's a remainder, so I put it over the 3. Then I say 3 times 3, which is 9, plus 1, which is 10. And then I put the remainder, which is 1, over the other one, and then and put the 0 down there. Then I said 1 times 3, which is 3 plus 1, which is 4. And there's my second answer for the tens.
And then what did you do? This belongs to our tens. Then what did you do? What did you do?
So the next thing I did was added these two numbers, which means 6 plus 0 equals 6. 0 plus 2 equals 2. 2 plus 0 equals 2. And 1 plus 4 equals 5. And there is my final answer.
Excellent. 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 All right, let's give someone else a chance. Who can all right, you are amazing. I couldn't have done it better. I think we have a new teacher now. Right, who can explain for us the second method? The second method. Who can explain for us the second method? Who is willing to explain for us the second method? Let me check time. Yeah, I must respect time. Who is willing to explain to us the second method? Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Anyone? The second method. The second method, this one over here. All right, it's fine. All right, go on.
With the second method, I broke each digit down. I broke each digit down into its values. So the first thing I did was use the first number of the multipliers digits and digits. just like I did with the first method. So I said 4 times 9, which is equal to 36. Then I said 30 times 9, which is equal to 270. Then I said 100 times 9, which is equal to 900. Then I used the second digit value of the multiplier.
Yes.
So then I said
the
4
language.
times 30 is 120. Then I said 30 times 30 is 900. Then I said 100 times 30 is 3,000. Then I simply added 3,900, 900, 120, 270, and 36. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 6 equals 6. And then 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 7 plus 3 equals 12, which I put the 2 there and carried the 1 there. Then I said 0 plus 9 plus 9 plus 1 plus 2 equals 12. So I put the 12 there and put the 1 there. And then, hold on, sir. Yes. So then I said 2 plus, sorry, sir, it's actually 21. So
yes.
then I said 2 plus 3 there is 5. And my final answer is 5,226. I'm sorry, sir, I made a mistake with the 12 here. The answer is actually 22.
Where?
In the second line for all the digits, like where there's.
No, it's fine as long as you got 5,222 and 26. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure. Right. I had seen that someone had wanted to speak, but it's unfortunate that when I just said anyone, so the same person raised their hand quickly. So as I said, guys, when you divide 5,226, you will get 124 because the inverse of multiplication is division, and it's because that this one multiplied by this one will give you this one. These two multiplied together will give you this, and this two, when you divide 5,226 by 134, you'll get 39. That's how it works. That's the magic of it. That is the magic of it. All right, for the last 3 minutes. Oh man, do this one. For the last 3 minutes that I can spare, do this one quickly. Last 3 minutes, do this one. That was a beautiful explanation. Wow. I'm scared. I hope you guys wrote down the answer, as I always tell you to do. I hope you guys did. Right. So for the last 3 minutes that we have, quickly do that one. And then we do the corrections. I will do the corrections. And then after doing the corrections, then we show the homework, and then we ask if there are any other questions remaining. And then we prepare our minds for division tomorrow. Tomorrow's division. It is long division tomorrow. So you must prepare your mind. Your mind must be ready for division tomorrow. That's what is very, 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 very important. That your mind must be ready for division tomorrow. Super ready for division tomorrow. Super, super ready for division tomorrow. Right. That was a beautiful job. I cannot commend it any more than currently. So that was a beautiful job. So after these 3 minutes, we quickly do the corrections of this one. And then after that, we prepare our minds for division tomorrow. We're going to cover every aspect that is going to be in your test. And then once you've written your test, you will be free people. You will have known to say, no, that I'm ready. I'm super ready. That even if they can give me my final exams, because that's my dream. My dream for you guys is that you should be so ready that you are able to even write your final exams for November right now, to write on everything you've done throughout the year right now. That's what I want. That's how ready I want you guys to be. That's how mentally ready I want you guys to be. You have 30 seconds left. 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds left. You have 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 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's our answer. Answer. There we go. Here is our answer. Our answer is 3,663. What did we do to get the answer? I will explain using this method. This one here, the one I prefer, the one I would say is quicker for me, but I would not know about you guys, but it's quicker for me. I would explain using this method. I'd say 7 times 9 is what? 63. So I put the 3 here and I carry over the 6. Then I say again that after I get that, I say 7. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 7 times 9 is 63 plus 6 is 69. I was just got confused a bit. 7 times 9 is 63 plus 6 is 69. We got that covered. Now we're going to the 30. And this is a 30. Remember, this one was for our unit, right? Belongs to the 7. All of these are the products of multiplying with 7. So now we want the products of multiplying with 30. So we need to put what? 0 as a placeholder. Our friend place value who stays in Pretoria. We need to put him here. And now we say 3. Oh, sorry, I must remove the remainders from the last part as it becomes a bit confusing. So I say 3 times 9 is 27. So I put the 7. I carry my dear friend 2. Then I say 3 times 9 plus 2. 3 times 9 is 27 plus 2 is 29. Then I add everything. 3 plus 0 is 3. 9 plus 7 is what? Is 16. Carry 1. Then 6, right? Plus 9 is 16. Carry 1. Then 1 plus 2 is 3. Giving my final answer 3,663. Quickly write this down. You have 1 minute to write it down so I can show you your homework. You have 1 minute to write it down so I can show you your homework. Please screenshot, screen grabs, do whatever you can to write it down. If you got the answer correct, you're not writing down anything. Screenshot, screen grab to get all of the information. Then I'm going to pop up your homework. After I pop up your homework, I say my goodbyes. 20 seconds now. You're going to have 20 seconds now. 20 seconds now. So just tell me in the chat if you're done writing. Beautiful. I see people saying they got it correct. Beautiful. This is what we want. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Homework, please send it to my email. I've also put my, I showed you my email earlier on, and I'm also putting my email right now in the chat. Here is your homework. Please send me your homework via email so I can see if you're going well or if you need extra help. And that is it from me. Please quickly copy down the homework that should be sent to me via email. Make sure you have all the homework down. You have 10 sums. It's going to take you some time. So do them nicely, do them neatly. But the minute you get here, you see the minute you're here, I'm telling you, it means that you'll start doing them quicker. So this may maybe take you some time, but as you go down, you'll find yourself here and then you are super duper and ready and everything you'll be literally at the level that I'll need you to be. You'll be fantabulous. You'll be super, you'll be ready. Everything will be awesome. You'll be awesome, 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 awesome. You'll be awesome students. Awesome students. So from me, I say goodbye and I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.